Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of Smashified. This is Omni, and I am joined by Chris.
Here I am.
And Thanael.
Hi.
And as you can see on the screen, you are looking at Shantae, which is a little bit funny because just this morning I was talking with Etika, and he was kind of interviewing me, and he asked me what I thought about Shantae being in the game as the ballot vote. So this is quite the coincidence, but it was fun to work on. As you can see here, the sketch is being refined, and starting out it was kind of like more based on the sprite from Half Genie Hero, so the proportions are a little bit more chibi, but you'll see here in a minute that eventually I lengthened the limbs a little bit, shrunk the head a little bit before we started doing the paths, so it comes out a little bit closer to what you see with the art that they posted on Twitter. WayForward posted an image of different alternate costumes that potentially could be used in the game if she ever made it in. So I wanted to do that justice, and this is it. How do you guys feel about Shantae as a character?
Oh, I fell in love with Shantae, especially after watching some of the videos of her possibility of being in Smash and stuff. And I listened to the music and everything, and I just fell in love with the character. Especially, I don't really know too much about this newer game, this style that you're working with Half Genie Hero, but with Pirate's Curse, like the OST for that was just amazing, and the character, I just love the character so much. So I was so excited that Omni decided to work with this character. I was actually one of the people on the team that was like,
you forced us to do it.
You have to do this character. You guys have no idea. I practically forced Omni to do this character.
You basically did. Yeah, we were like, oh, maybe.
I mean, you started on music before we ever said that we were going to work on it.
I even said this on Twitter at one point. I was like, even if Omni doesn't do this character, I'm gonna do something. So...
Chris, you didn't even know Shantae existed before all of these votes started coming in.
Yeah, it's weird.
Either.
Like, whoa, she's been around since Game Boy? What? What? No, she's a totally awesome character, though. I mean, I think it kind of fits in with the whole, We Fit trainer, just having, a character, not a feminine character, but a character that would, beat you up using moves that aren't necessarily fighting moves. I'm gonna dance all over you. It's awesome.
Whack you with my hair, which is great. That would be a fun moveset.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, hey, I could see her coming into the game.
I do too, honestly.
It'd be a good addition.
We'll see. Vote people if you want it. So what we're looking at here.
What was your favorite part?
Just watch there be a last minute leak of Shantae getting right before we upload this video or something.
What was my favorite part of the process?
Yeah, the painting process.
I don't know. It was all pretty straightforward, just regular skin, not very difficult. The hair, you did the hair, but I imagine it wasn't too tough. We've done metal in the past, so that wasn't tricky.
Yeah, straight up.
It's pretty.
Straight up, it was
a fast process.
Yeah, with the bracelets and stuff, I was like, this won't take long. I already did this for King K. Rool, and it's
We originally planned on maybe rendering out the bracelets in 3D just to make it easier, but it didn't end up being necessary because it came together so quickly.
So quickly. You'd be surprised how quickly this came together.
Yeah.
It's funny, all your previous videos, there's always been one thing that was extremely hard, or that you guys would be complaining about with the fur details or all these different things. But it must have been a breath of fresh air to have a character that was relatively easy to do.
Yeah, I mean,
it was totally relaxing.
I mean, actually, this wasn't originally planned to be next after Inkling, but we decided to move it forward. So we actually have another character that's 70% done already, and then we just started working on this one, and it came together so fast. So hopefully the next one comes out pretty soon, but we're still going to stagger it to 2 weeks just because we want to be able to give ourselves a buffer just in case circumstances cause us to not be able to work as much. But so Thanael, how was working on the music? Because this is something that you kind of did just out of passion.
Yeah, it really was. It was, even without you guys doing this, I would have done it like I said. But it got to the point where I had so many ideas, but I didn't have enough time to do it. And what I mean by that was I could have easily made this like an 8-minute remix or something.
Yeah.
But Omni was like, you need to tone it down a little bit, Nathanael.
Yeah, it's got to be
so
within the time.
I had to sadly take it down to about 6 minutes. I wanted to do Scuttletown and all sorts of different things. But who knows?
No one's
Maybe
gonna
I'll
stop you.
do an extended version eventually.
You already did stop him.
You already did, so don't worry about that.
Well, you can do it on your channel. You can do like an entire medley. You can do the entire soundtrack if you want. Speaking of soundtracks,
Well, he's busy.
Oh yeah, and that reminds me with this remix and everything. Closer to the beginning, I actually did like an original take on a few things. Like, it wasn't actually in any of the games, but I thought I just want to take this and run with it a little bit, and so I kind of developed a little bit of a style with it. I don't know. I just had fun with it, and I rolled with it a little bit. It was just a lot of fun to work with this. I had fun using all these ethnic instruments, and I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think I know what you're saying. Like, coming from a music standpoint, the diversity in Smash is like all over the place. But if you brought in this sort of, I don't know, Indian, almost like Indian music, it's a total different vibe.
Yeah.
Persian, yeah, and it's awesome. It sounds amazing, dude. I love it.
I've always liked doing ethnic type of music as well. Like, the last few songs I've done have been music that's kind of out of my genre. Like, I did rock for Splatoon. I did that Banjo-Kazooie thing that was a little bit difficult as well. But this was kind of right in my alley. And even though I wanted to do a lot more with it and I had more ideas, I still think that it was closest to my style. So I just enjoyed it so much. I keep saying that, but I can't stress it enough.
Well, that's good.
It's funny too. We were talking about how like painting it went kind of quickly, but I remember you, even with the music, you had like a really like at least a 3-minute draft within a couple days. It was so quick for you too.
I literally pulled an all-nighter with the first one. I did not stop. Like with my music, I know some musicians like spend like an hour a day or something. I literally spent, like on record, I spent 10 hours on that first day just so I could just plant all these ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was that devoted.
I mean, it's easy to get in the zone, and when you do, like, that's how you produce some of the best stuff that you ever do. Like, it's really nice when you're able to work on a painting and you just get in the flow of it, and then you just can't stop. I mean,
Right.
sometimes you get into a place where you have to work on something, but you don't feel motivated to do it, and it's like, well, okay, so I know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm just staring at the painting. Like, I can't work. Why can't I work on this? But it's definitely nice to be able to get into that zone, and it really helps.
I don't know if it's this way with you guys, but it's gotten to the point where like if I get in that creative streak, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to miss this opportunity. I just need to use all of it. So I'll just spend the whole night doing it if I have to, or I'll wake up in the middle of the night and do it, because I'm just so scared of like running out of those ideas and stuff, because it's so rare when you get so inspired to do stuff like that.
Yeah, you really got to take advantage of it.
Totally. Can I say what my favorite part of this is?
Yeah, go for it.
It's her pants. Her pants are so cool looking. You made them like a bunch of people have rendered her before, but nobody's done the transparent pants, and they look so freaking cool.
The sheer
Genie pants.
Yeah.
It looks more realistic to what the style would have been like in real life and stuff.
Yeah. A lot of people question whether or not that would be appropriate for Super Smash Brothers, just because I know when they had a Tharja trophy that they took out to be able to keep the E10 rating because of a similar kind of aesthetic where she had clothing that was kind of transparent and sheer. But yeah, I figured it was most true to the design that she had up until Half Genie Hero. And I don't know if that design in Half Genie Hero still has that. I think it doesn't. They kind of made it more opaque. But in Pirate's Curse, you can kind of see that in the official art. So
Totally.
I wanted to keep it. Another part that was challenging was the her hair, not the ponytail, but the part that's on top of her head, because in all of the art, it's all 2D, and a lot of times when you're dealing with anime hairstyles or cartoon hairstyles, they do things with hair that in a 3D space make absolutely no sense. So trying to figure out how to get that style in a way that works with like a theoretical 3D model was a little bit tricky. And I don't know if I'm quite happy with how it turned out, but I think it looks pretty good. So
I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep questioning whether or not like that one little tuft of hair that's kind of covering the hairband on the center right is good, but I kind of pushed it away a little bit closer to the end of the process. But hopefully people like it. It's really hard to know when you're not like a passionate fan, like if you're not part of a fan base for a character, because you don't really know what people want in a character. Because when we did K. Rool, there were a lot of people like, why'd you use the newer design? We like the older design with the larger crown. I was like, well, I had no idea that was what the fan base preferred, so I just stuck with whatever was most
You're always
recent.
going to get people like that, though. I bet people are going to comment in this, and they're going to like, oh, we wanted the super realistic Shantae, or oh, we wanted the super chibi one. Like,
I think we had Pirate's Curse, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I think we
the
found...
Omni fandom, yeah. I'm so mad at the
people are entitled to their opinions with it when it comes to fandom, but I just try to make sure that the decisions we make sense according to what Sakurai might do.
Totally.
And so there are decisions that Sakurai makes that I know people don't like, but I have to conform to those because the point of the series is to try to be as close to real Smash as possible. So hopefully we capture that.
I think so. I think this came out fantastic. She looks great. Look at her. She's in the game, man. There she is.
Oh, it's so cool. Oh, I see the little seam too. That's so cool.
Yeah. This render's amazing.
I think the next one's going to be pretty easy too. Well,
yeah,
actually,
hopefully. Well, not easy, but
yeah.
Shantae.
There it is.
She's so charming.
Yes, she is. All right, well, thanks for watching this video, guys. And as always, if you want to suggest a character, you can do so on Twitter. And make sure you follow us and whatnot. You can see all those Twitter handles. Pause it if you need to, because there's a lot of stuff there. And Thanael is actually working on a collection of remixes, actually. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm working on a Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga full album of remix. Like, it's been a game that's been completely overlooked music-wise, and I just want to take an opportunity to, like, just revisit the entire thing. So I've been looking forward to it. Sean Hicks did the art for it, and it's super adorable. So yeah, just check it out if you don't mind.
All the links are in the description, so do that stuff. And
follow us on Twitter, because
we'll give you hints. And
hints.
We'll give you real hints. Yeah. No fooling around here. There's no shenanigans.